Wow. Okay, so you're concerned about breathing, and what I'm using this peanut for is just sort of like a stethoscope where you can feel here, but I can sense the movement of your diaphragm, and it's actually really nice and strong. I feel this push down and then rebound back up. And let's see if, so I don't know if the ball is moving. Oh, hold on. So hopefully people at home can see the little movement. There we go. So feel how it moved? That's not me moving it.
Whoa.
That's the push from your diaphragm. Yeah, so it's actually working really nice. Oh, hey everyone. I'm Kara from the Bridging Institute, and this is Claire.
Hello.
So today we've got something really different. She's a yoga instructor and having an interesting time every so often, taking really deep breaths. And we've worked with her before, just more in coordination and balance stuff, but she has a really interesting background of something from when she was a baby. And do you want to explain it just a little bit?
Sure.
Actually, how about we'll just switch up.
So I was born with a cyst the size of a grapefruit on my neck on the left side. And
Like a second head.
Yeah, a second head. So I had surgery at 4 weeks and then again at a year and a half.
So the thing why that may come into play with breathing is that when you're a baby and you're having surgery, they're got mechanics and breathing happening for you to get through the surgery. And this was not a short little surgery with anything in that area. And she has scars all the way from the back, around the side, and around the neck, and from the two different surgeries. So whether it's from the 4-week surgery or the 18-month-old surgery, how her head learned to work, it was all scarred up. Well, one, it didn't develop quite right because there was this huge thing here. But two, with all the scarring, all the muscles on this side didn't really learn how to work together quite right from the get-go. And then the balance of this and this wouldn't have been quite right either. So she's done a great job of figuring out how to function. But the thing that's bugging her right now is the breathing piece. So lay down. Let's see what. Oh, by the way, if you're new to watching us, we are solving pain coordination and balance and developmental issues by looking at the micro movements in the body. And we're taking an engineering-based approach because my background's engineering. We're looking at root cause and breaking things down into the physics of the body with how movement just flows and transitions. And so for Claire, it would not have been quite right, and then definitely transitions would be a little wrong. And part of that would be directly up at the shoulder and the neck, which we've worked with before. But this is a different coordination, and it's a coordination of everything here with everything in the middle. So we just checked, and what's going on in the middle is working really well. So there might be a little getting things to sync up. So we'll see where that takes us. Generally, we're looking at symmetry and flow, and we're going to just use little movements to reset how all these muscles are working together. And some of these may not have learned the right way, and so we're going to help guide them. And we'll check later to see how things are going. But I want to do just a quick check to see if I pull your arm and your shoulder. So nice. And this one. Yeah, okay, those are really even. So that's pretty good. Let's just do a quick check on the shoulders themselves. So the left one's a little bit stiffer, and that's the side with all the surgeries. And let's see how your head moves. Okay, moves way more easily to the right, which is how, you want to show us, she got her medical records. Show us how they lay out when you're a baby having surgery and tape down.
Yeah, so I strapped down to the table like this with my head turned to the right so that they could access the back of the neck and the front of the neck and do the whole surgery.
So babies, in those first 6 weeks, everything is trying to figure out how to function in this new environment, especially breathing, and size relationships are different too. So diaphragm, neck, it's a much smaller volume of space, and it's just, the whole system is trying to figure itself out. The esophagus connects from the neck down through the diaphragm into the stomach, And sometimes when in this orientation, it would have been twisted. So what we're gonna do is keep her in this position, and we go with what the positioning is that works. And looking for my little green peanut. What happened to it? Oh, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
We had it all ready, and it ran away. So we're just gonna see what does move. So she moves a little bit here, moves a little bit here, and be very careful around the shoulder and neck. A little bit there, really not much here. So we're not gonna do anything here other than maybe just support it. And what feels better, if I use my hand or if I use the peanut?
Probably the hand.
Okay. A little bit firmer, because with surgery, they peeled away layers and it was open for a bit. So we're just gonna connect how hip, chest, and head roll together, and what's going on in the middle at a deeper level should then be able to unspiral and let her breathe more deeply, because she's getting the breath down here. What she's noticing is that it gets stuck more up through the upper part of the chest. And so again, this is really different. I hope you find it interesting. We see a lot of people who have a micromovement disruptor from birth or very early in life, whether it was an accident or a surgery, such as Claire's, that, oh, okay, it's unwinding through the core. So anyway, early surgeries that you needed, but there's a price to be paid for that because it disrupts development and all these really intricate muscle relationships that are forming at the time. Okay, so we got this, so it unspiraled a little bit. I'm going to move up, and we've got a little movement in her ribs. I'm kind of holding her neck still because that's what happened during the surgery. And hopefully her arm and shoulder are going to start moving with us. Actually, her neck unspiraled. Okay, so it's like unwrapping a Tootsie Roll. We got both ends that are unwinding. And then the rib comes in her arm. Yay. Okay. Give that a little help. And here. Let's unspiral your legs and see. I'm going to use this instead of the big orange one on the breathing. Wow, I hope on the with you at home you can see how deep that breath was. Did it feel deeper?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, are you feeling it up through the top now?
More so, yes.
I can see it. It's almost like you can see it, everything just gradually fill up. Like, the party favors where you blow and they unwind and come back. It's almost what it looks like. As you breathe in, it opens up and then closes back down. Okay, I'm going to hold onto your head, and still, this is supporting the diaphragm, the big muscle that's in the middle of us, and it needs to coordinate with a functional diaphragm at the shoulder, and there's another diaphragm in the head called cranial base, and if I'm supporting here, we ought to get all of those to sync up and coordinate a whole lot better, and you'll just pop up to sit.
Oh my gosh. Whoa.
So I'm not going to be lifting. So what's actually going to happen is her abs are going to just automatically kick in to lift you up to sit. Well, not yet. Okay, I'm going to put your head back to the right because we think that with it being positioned and traumatized, there we go.
Whoa.
Yeah, so her abs and core muscles and then the head muscles all just linked up. So this is one of the little relationships that is developing in those first 6 weeks after you're born. And as subtle as it seems, it's significant for later on in life because we're trying to do crunches, and if that doesn't work, you're overworking something else like back muscles or neck muscles. So we're gonna get that muscle memory burned into your brain. We're gonna do it a couple more times. So we're gonna start again with your head to the right. Boom. And what's interesting, it works really well, but her whole body swings toward me. And what I want is that it just goes straight up. So we're going to do a couple more times, and hopefully she'll get to the center there and almost. So I'm just going to rock back and forth a little bit. Okay. And so we feeling like it's going to happen? Boom, it sure did. Did you feel your abs?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to just use my hand this time for a little bit of support, and then hopefully you'll be able to see her abs fire, because it's really cool when you see it, because neither one of us are making her abs fire. It's just as she lifts her head, it's like an automatic, you can think of it like a reflex. Boom, yeah. What did it feel like?
Like I was actually engaging my core.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back and check. Do her shoulders move more easily? Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
So much more easily. And then what's going on with your head? To the right, to the, and it feels more centered. The movement before was easier to the right, and let's see, lifting up is easy. Does it tip backwards? Yes. Okay. And then we always like to have the whole of you centered, so I'm going to roll you toward me. Nice. And then I'm going to come around and perfect. And what I like is what I saw your head moving in sync with the rest of your body. So sit on up.
That was great.
Okay, so just to recap, because this is such an interesting set of circumstances and really fun for us to work with because of what it represents and how meaningful it is. Breathing, I mean, my goodness. So she had this surgery, 2 different surgeries, on the whole left side of her neck and head, and that disrupted how the muscles would have worked together between the left side and the right side. But at a deeper level, the way that she was positioned during the surgery and with her arms out, it put a twist at the inside level of where her esophagus was going down through her core, and then didn't allow the diaphragm and the muscles up through the shoulders and then the head that are functional diaphragms, didn't allow them to figure out how to work together. And that kind of kept your abs from getting in the picture in the correct way. So by supporting the relationships of how they know how to work, we literally build a bridge, hence the name, to allow her body to actually put together those next steps, kind of putting Legos in place, and be able to function in a more mature, more complex, and more complete way. So, any questions?
No, that was so great. And I definitely feel like I can breathe better. So thank you.
Yeah, I think you're sitting up straighter too.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you are interested in being a guest, you can pop me an email. The website is on the show notes. Give us a thumbs up. This was a really great episode. Thank you, Claire. And subscribe, because we're going to have a lot more really interesting videos like this coming out. And again, I'm Kara Lindell. Hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.
Thank you.